The moment Malcolm hit the wall to catch the game-winning home run, he winched in pain and knew something was wrong. Then in the heat of the moment, turning and throwing out the runner trying to advance was something he couldn't help. It was just a reaction. Malcolm replayed these events over and over in his head as he lay down getting x-rayed. Malcolm had arrived at the ER immediately after the game, heading to the nearest hospital with his right arm in a sling. The outlook was up in the air as no one, including the team doctors, could diagnose what type of injury he had. Malcolm tried to stay positive. With nearly an hour of waiting, this allowed for bleak scenarios to play out in Malcolm's mind. With these reoccurring visions of not being able to play ball again, as the injury was in his throwing arm and shoulder, his emotions were on edge. After finally wrapping up the x-ray, Malcolm was forced to wait around for the doctor to explain to him what had happened and what would be his steps to recovery. The season was winding down and playoffs were in sight, so a speedy recovery would be ideal. Yet the face of the doctor as he walked up to Malcolm sitting in the meditation room to get some peace and to be out of the view of onlookers and people asking for autographs, he knew it wasn't good. The doctor explained the injury as tears began to well up in Malcolm's eyes. His season was over, so regardless if his team continued on to the playoffs, he wouldn't be available. The doctor continued to explain that the combination of hitting the wall just so, then the quick torquing of his body to throw compounded the injury. Hope for the next year with the right surgery and rehab could get Malcolm back to his old self, but it would take patience and immense dedication. Malcolm thanked the doctor for his honesty and for helping him get his head around what had just happened. When Malcolm finally checked his phone, there were tons of inquiries and posts from friends and fans wishing him their best. Then there were texts from close friends and family, yet none touched him as much as the ones from Candace. She was watching the game back home in Texas, and the TV coverage glanced over the injury, but had shown Malcolm making his way off the field in great pain. Her messages explained how she wanted to be there for him desperately, yet she was leaving for Europe to visit the campus where she'd be studying for her master's, and there really wasn't much she could do but send positive, loving vibes. Malcolm could feel her heart was in pain for him as he read her messages. That outpouring of concern from others touched him as well, and the more the realization of the moment hit him, the more tears flowed till he was sobbing, wondering how he had gotten to this point. The next morning he awoke in his own bed in tremendous pain, forcing him to take the pain meds prescribed to him by the doctor. Every little task seemed impossible for him to complete with just the one arm. Within his luxurious, spacious house that he had once adored, now he felt lonely. He looked over the paperwork the doctor had given him on the complex injury he had and the type of surgery it would take to repair the damage. He also had a list of rehab doctors and therapists that he could opt to see after the surgery. Sitting out on the porch, again contemplating the play, his life, and the dream he had reached of playing in the big leagues kept him in a somber mood. Then at one point, Malcolm reflected, realizing he had not received one call or text or appearance from any of his teammates or coaching staff. It was almost like nothing had happened at all. Without drawing too many conclusions on the matter, he knew at some point their silence would need to be addressed. For now, he had to take it easy, lying in the sun, again thinking without the unpredictableness of life. As he was deep in thought, a knock came to his front door, and when he finally reached to open it, he found his family, his mother, father, brother, and sister, and their growing family. That was the moment Malcolm realized that aftermath of his injury would be tough, but he'd be okay, as he had family who was there for him.